Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first ever Bottle Jobs podcast episode. Exciting times today. Exciting times. It's history in its making, as people would say in football. But yeah, basically, this is just a podcast. Me and Owen, we don't think of each other as the top football journalists because we're not one. It's just a podcast for football fans to just basically come on. We want to get your voices and everything like that to chat shit about proper football. For today's episode, as it is the first one, we want people to know more about what myself and Owen have done within football. So Owen, I'll let you take it away first because obviously you are the better player. So I'll let you explain what you've done in terms of football, I guess.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say I'm the better player, but we'll go from there. Going through youth, I'd gone through a few academies and that. I had a few trials at teams like Northampton, because that's where we're based. I went a bit at West Brom, had a trial at Birmingham. None of them panned out the way I would like them to, but that's why I'm here now, I guess. So I then went through to a Crystal Palace Foundation Academy. It's like an A-levels foundation academy thing, which I did alongside school. That was quite good. That was coached by an ex-professional footballer called Edward Goldrick. Some of you may know him. A lot of younger people probably won't. But yeah, that was a good couple of years of my life playing football every day. I then went into semi-professional football. Well, I say semi-pro, it's 10th tier of English football, so 6th tier of non-league. You can say technically semi-pro, but yeah, it's glorified Sunday League, really. Played for teams like Wellingborough Town and Cricknell United, and I've just finished season with Russian Hyam. But yeah, it's going all right. It's not too bad. I'll see what next chapter comes. Obviously, been a bit up and down with the whole coronavirus and everything, but looks like it's all getting back to normal now, which is good.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, and then obviously for this first episode, if you are watching this on YouTube, we wish we could have been able to film together in the same room, but unfortunately, due to coronavirus, the rules going on, we wanted to throw something out there as soon as possible. So yeah, hopefully after maybe at the end of this month, we'll be able to record together. So anyway, about my career in football, it's not very exciting. I wouldn't say it's not as exciting as Owen's going academies and all of that. I just Sunday League me really, and I think that's what we want to come across from different podcasts. I think Owen would agree with me, is that we obviously a lot of podcasts out there are talking a lot about Premier League football. Obviously today is going to be pretty much about professional football just because there's no Sunday League or non-league going on at the moment. But I don't actually know about non-league. Is it?
Yeah, not a lot of it's going on. They're looking at doing like little mini leagues or districts and stuff like that. You can't cross counties and stuff, but I don't see none of it really panning out, to be honest. So yeah, it's mainly just professional going on. So that's what we're going to speak about today.
But hopefully when everything's back, we'd talk about our Sunday League team as well that we currently play in, called Northampton All Stars, which is obviously a charity team, which is quite fun to play for. Hopefully when we're back April 17th, I think it is.
18th. April 18th is our first league game back, finish season off. But yeah, it'd be good if you could show them some support as well as us. Would be really good, as it is a charity team. We play for the National Autistic Society, which is a really good cause to try raise awareness and money for that society, which it's really good.
You can even see them on YouTube, so you can actually see how good us two are. So,
you can see them on YouTube. Watch my absolute bangers, Cam. Watch my absolute bangers.
To be fair,
don't hold me to that. Please don't hold me to that.
I mean, unluckily for you, mate, is that absolute free kick, a pearl of a free kick you scored. Shame it was foggy and all.
Foggy, and so everyone just blames the keeper for not being able to see. But we move.
If you were there, you were there. And to be fair, I'm not gonna lie to you, mate. I will tell you the truth. Didn't actually fucking see it. Someone said, "Oh, it's a free kick." I turned around, and then next thing you know, I see you and Mitch hugging in the centre centre circle, and I was like, oh fuck, he's actually scored it. And from that day, I knew I wouldn't be taking free kicks ever again. So thanks for that.
I do try my best, but
obviously check them out. Sick channel. Hopefully, we'll definitely bring some more Sunday League talk to the podcast. But anyway,
definitely.
First discussion today, mate. Champions League, and I know you're going to be very happy about this.
I am very happy. Yeah, because I am actually a Chelsea fan, so I follow Chelsea. I have done since I was a little kid. It's been Chelsea, nothing but Chelsea. So yeah, I'm very happy, to be honest. I'm sure you'd be happy as well, being a Liverpool fan yourself.
Do you know what? I was looking at the draw, and out of the 8 teams, I think if Porto was out the way, Real Madrid would have probably been the team that I would have wanted. But at the end of the day, I guarantee Real Madrid are thinking that about us. So how poor we've been playing all season. But we need to get revenge for Kiev. So hopefully it'll be hopefully we'll win. But you don't know. But obviously Champions League is looking quite tasty this season. The draw for the quarterfinal looks really good. With a couple of teams,
very good.
I think Man City, Borussia Dortmund has got to be probably, for me, will probably
the
be
highlight
one of the best
game, to be honest. Yeah.
I know PSG and Bayern Munich is Mbappe and Lewandowski going up against each other and shit like that. But I think
very attacking sides as well going up against each other. So I hope there should be goals in that. There should be goals all over the 4 games, I think, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so definitely.
It should be. It's probably the best draw to watch if you're neutral, I would think.
Yeah, if you're a Manchester United fan sat in Europa League.
Yeah, so we will stress. We are going to try and keep this podcast unbiased, but when it comes to certain clubs and stuff,
I will be saying the odd
biased.
thing. I will be saying the odd thing.
It's like you see the percentages like Jermaine Genius and stuff like that on Match of the Day. They say that unbiased, but Jermaine Genius loves Tottenham and he's not going to say a bad word about Tottenham, for example.
Same as
it's going to happen.
Jamie Carragher is just as bad at Liverpool.
Jamie Carragher,
I think over the years
he's
got it right, but all of them, they're all biased.
They're a bit biased too, the clubs they've played for. So
but it's one of them really. But no, I think personally that Manchester City Borussia Dortmund game is going to be phenomenal. And I was saying to someone at work, when I was at work, I was saying, do you know what? I reckon Borussia Dortmund, it's going to be a long shot, but I reckon Borussia Dortmund might actually do Manchester City. Do you know what I mean? They play, because they play similar football to Liverpool, and they play similar football to us, the high press. And if you look at the previous years, Manchester City haven't been able to deal with us. Obviously, this season, they battered us 4-1. So I am going to get that out there before people put, but they battered you 4-1. So, but the thing is, if you look at the previous years when we've obviously had our full strength team and all of that, other than the 5-0 trashing they did to us last season when we were half cut after winning the Premier League, I think with a full strength, if Erling Haaland's in form, if Jadon Sancho's in the form of his life, it will cause that Manchester City defence problems.
Yeah, they're obviously definitely going to cause them problems with the pace and just attacking mindedness they've got up front within Haaland and Sancho, like said. But I me personally think City are going to keep a lot of the ball and just take their time with it and then attack. But I personally think City will probably go through. But I think it'll be a very exciting game.
It'll be a very, very, very close game. But
then even if they get through that, at City as well.
Yeah, if they get through that, then they've got Bayern Munich or PSG. So if it's PSG, maybe. But I think Bayern Munich. I
can't see PSG winning, to be honest. Bayern Munich, I believe are going to win the Champions League. I think they are the best team in Europe right now. They're just unstoppable. Even Lazio are meant.
Defensively, I think they're not as strong as a lot of the teams out there in the Champions League right now. But when you got Lewandowski and Gnabry and Kingsley Coman up front, you can be how crap in defence you want to be.
They may lack a little bit in defence, but I think they're just that good on the ball and they don't lose it that much that any team that they play against are going to have a torrid time. So, especially with PSG getting caught out a lot.
Yeah,
I know they beat Barcelona, obviously Messi's Barcelona, but
it's not the same Barcelona, is it?
It's not the same Barcelona like what we grew up watching, and
it's not like that Guardiola Barcelona, but
it's really not.
It's still Barcelona. I'm not weighing down the win for PSG because PSG were phenomenal that game. Like that game,
especially the first leg.
Mbappe was in. He was just unreal, and that's where you can see definitely
he's a different kind of player. That he is, mate.
Yeah,
different kind of player.
Unreal, that boy, and I can't wait to see him in a Liverpool shirt next season. But
it's not going to be in Liverpool. I can't believe you even said that. He's not going to be in Liverpool shirt.
You don't know.
He's not. He's going to sign another contract, and when that's done, he's going to go Real Madrid. Real Madrid are going to make a comeback soon.
I don't think he wants that contract, but I think he'll go Real Madrid. If Real Madrid sort out their finances, they're not as bad as Barcelona, but they are bad. But I think he'll go Real Madrid.
So I'm going to stick it on you here. Who out of the 8 teams left are you putting money on to win the Champions League?
Oh, what other than? Because obviously I'm going to say Bayern Munich, but are we saying other than Bayern Munich? But
no, just who you think? I think Bayern will. I can't see any team being how good they are the last 8. I can't see any team stopping Bayern Munich, to be honest. And that hurts me because I'm a Chelsea fan and I really want Chelsea to win. But Bayern Munich is different gravy.
I definitely think, right, I'm hoping for a Liverpool Bayern Munich final. I am hoping for that. But the realistic side of my brain is saying it's most likely going to be a Chelsea Bayern Munich final, or Bayern Munich Real Madrid. But I think Chelsea would definitely be in the final. I don't know. I have this annoying feeling. No offense to you lot, but I have this annoying feeling that Bayern Munich will be playing Chelsea in the Champions League final, and it's going to be a repeat of 2012. Because if you notice,
one of the best days of my life.
If you notice in the quarterfinal right now, there's 2 repeats of the finals.
Yeah, there can be, yeah.
Because there's Bayern Munich playing PSG, and then Liverpool versus Real Madrid. So it's written.
Yeah.
Who knows? But then it is in Istanbul. Yeah. What were you saying? Sorry?
Yeah. All right. You're bringing up Istanbul, but I still honestly can't see them past Real Madrid with your defensive issues you've got right now. Still not finding your perfect back four with your centre backs problems. And Benzema is a prolific goal scorer and has been for years. So I just don't know how Kabak and Phillips or Fabinho probably could do a good job, but I
reckon after the Wolves game on Monday and the Leipzig game on the Tuesday, I think we played on the Tuesday. I think we did. Or it might have been a Wednesday. After that, I think Fabinho is definitely going to be our number 6 from now on, and Kabak and Phillips just have to find a partnership. Because if you're saying we're struggling in defence, but 2 clean sheets in a row now. I know we're not on Chelsea's level and having 8 clean sheets in a row at the moment.
13 games unbeaten at the moment. 14.
Yeah, but you drawn a few. But, we haven't got the defence of City or Chelsea. But I think
if you're talking about the Liverpool with Van Dijk and Gomez, it'd be a different question. I'd probably put you as the favourites. But going from Van Dijk and Gomez to Kabak and Phillips is a big drop in class and quality.
Oh yeah,
than
100%.
You're used to. So I know some people say, "Who are you two to talk about professional football? You've never been one yourself." But that's just an outside opinion, and that's the opinions of this podcast. Me and you sitting down with good mates in real life. We just like to talk about football, so just voice our opinions.
Do you know what? I was saying to someone else the other day. I don't know, but I think Porto might be able to do you lot.
I think if
If
we
they play
still
like
had
they did,
Lampard, which pains me to say because I love Lampard. Lampard is my idol in football, and he always has been. It's the reason why I wanted to play centre midfield and stuff like that. But if we still had Lampard in charge, maybe. But with Tuchel, we just seems so much more solid than Lampard was with his defence, and beating a team like Atletico 3-0 on aggregate is not an easy thing to do. They're top of the Liga right now.
Yeah.
And we literally just kept the ball, and we didn't really have much to do, to be honest, like defensively wise. So,
but
so I can't see a team like Porto. I know they did do Juventus 4-4 on aggregate, and they won on away goals, which, to be fair to them, was very good. And Pepe, considering he's 38, was a standout centre back to me. But I still just can't see Porto beating us. On topics with that though, did you see what Porto manager said?
No.
They said they're very happy with the draw against Chelsea, as they feel like Chelsea is the easiest team they could have faced.
I mean,
and
you're throwing Liverpool in there.
And he said they're going to play the same football they did against Juventus, and he can't wait to get the win. I was like, oh, great.
Big words.
Which is good.
He's confident.
That's
good,
though.
I think
you have to be, though, really.
He reminds me, do you know what? He reminds me of Jose Mourinho's Porto.
Yeah, very much.
When he obviously before he came over to Chelsea, if obviously you're a young audience, you may not realise that Jose Mourinho won a Champions League with Porto before he joined Chelsea. But I think that confidence is very much, it's Mourinho, isn't it? Like when he came over to Chelsea, the first thing he said, "I'm the special one." You know what I mean?
Like, that's iconic, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think to be a professional, you have to have that bit of arrogance. Not he has a bit too much, but
not like that. What's that? Blackburn player, Coventry City player who DM'd a bird. Have you heard this story?
No, I've not heard this story.
So he basically bird. I think it was on Tinder or something like that. He DM'd her or he messaged her, and he was like, "Oh, I'm a professional footballer." And she was like, "Oh, but you only play for Coventry City." And he messaged back saying, "Oh, don't worry, babes. I'm moving on to bigger and better things." I think it was Coventry or Reading. It's one of them two. And he was like, he messaged the girl just going, "Yeah, don't worry, babes. I'm moving on to bigger and better things." The bloke's like their star player. I can't remember his name now, but imagine
Max Bird.
That's it. Yeah, I think it's Max Bird.
I've just searched it now. Yeah, actually, I did see that. He said he's on to bigger and better things or something like that.
Yeah, imagine saying that. Like if one of the players, if that was one of my players that I supported, I wouldn't want him on my club anymore.
Be gone, mate. See you later.
Yeah. Anyway,
go to bigger and better things.
That's gone off topic. But speaking of Atletico Madrid, I saw at La Liga. I saw a image and a tweet. Obviously, it had all the Champions League. Obviously, Real Madrid are now carrying the Spanish flag in the Champions League. Do you think La Liga is a farmers' league now?
I don't believe that the league is a farmers' league onto this extent that it was like the French league, because the French league, everybody calls it the farmers' league. But I still think there's a lot of clubs in La Liga who could play in the Prem, for example, and do very well. So I wouldn't call it farmers' league. I'd still say it's the second best league in the world behind the Premier League. Well, most competitive, as most leagues only have two other teams. So like Bayern, Dortmund, they normally challenge for the Bundesliga. But I still think there's a lot of teams in the league who could push through and do well, even though it is more Barcelona and Real Madrid based. Atletico Madrid have come up, and there's a few teams who could probably do well in other leagues. So I wouldn't go as far as saying it's a farmers' league. I'd say it's not as competitive as the Premier League, especially with the lower league clubs. Not lower league, sorry, lower clubs down the table. But I wouldn't go as far as saying it's farmers' league.
Right, I know that wasn't in the script, but I just wanted to get your opinions on it because I saw it the other day.
Right.
I thought it'd be sorry to put you in the dark there, but Yeah.
No, it's fine.
Anyway, the Premier League.
He's looking at it.
Yeah. I saw it and I was like, I wonder what Owen thinks of this, because I thought I didn't agree with it, because obviously, like you said,
No, yeah, you can't go say it's a farmers league is like a French league. Who's
but
yeah,
then
like
again, PSG they're not running away with it this season, so
they're not, but they
they
normally
change
do.
a manager. And
so
anyway, the Premier League,
they normally do run away with it. So
yeah, so the Premier League, the last weekend, obviously this weekend's happening now with the first game last night, which was Leeds Fulham, a 2-1 win for Leeds.
It was.
Unfortunately, I didn't catch the game, but it's moved Leeds within, what was that, 3 points or 2 points, I think, from the top 10.
2 points from Arsenal, which are in the top 10, but Arsenal do have a game in hand. I think I still cannot believe we're talking about Arsenal being 10th in the league, a club who say they're one of the biggest and London is red and this and that, and they're sat in 10th. I know Chelsea finished 10th for one season, but it's been the last couple of seasons Arsenal has been in and around that sort of area until near the end. But right now, it doesn't even look like they're going to get out of it, to be honest with you.
Do you know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see all the lot who Wenger out. I'd love to see if they.
Yeah.
I'd love to ask them, would you take Arsene Wenger back? I know he got them only 4th place. Yes, he won recently. He only got them 4th place, but back in the day, he was one of the. He is still not the best manager the Premier League has ever seen, because you got to throw Fergie.
No.
But
yeah,
I
don't think you can even say you got to throw Fergie in there. I think nobody else can compete with Fergie.
No one can
to do what he's done. I think he's been the greatest ever manager ever, which pains me because I'm a Chelsea fan. But
I hate to say,
what he's done and how many trophies he's won, you can't argue with it. You really can't. But the Premier League's a weird one this year, I think, with a lot of teams coming up, which you think, like Villa being 9th with a game in hand on Arsenal in 10th.
They were 1 point. They survived by 1 point last season, Aston Villa.
Yeah, they did spend a lot of money. Granted, Villa do spend a lot of money, but I think you need to do that if you want to be up in the likes of the top 6 and stuff like that, maybe even the top 8. You need to spend that bit more money. But it's good to see clubs like Leeds and Villa, Everton, West Ham and that, who are normally like mid-table-ish, coming up into challenging for the top 4 or whatever, like West Ham top 4, you could say, who are 3 points behind Chelsea with a game in hand on Chelsea. So
obviously we'll go a bit more in depth with the Premier League a bit later, because we want to talk a lot about the Premier League today. But another result that stood out to me was Leicester City 5, Sheffield United 0. Now I don't know if you've seen this stat, that Sheffield United under Chris Wilder never conceded more than 3 goals. I did see that
stat, and actually had that written down.
They go sacking, and then a couple of days later they lose 5-0 to Leicester. But I thought that Iheanacho, I absolutely hated him a few years ago, and I thought he was probably one of the worst strikers I've ever seen. How on earth he was in that City squad, I don't know. But he goes and bags a hat-trick. And
he does.
And they're three decent goals as well. I don't know if you watched it, but they are.
I did watch the highlights. Yeah,
his hat trick goals.
Very good goals.
They were very good strikers' goals, and then obviously the boring game.
Very good strikers finish, weren't
they? And then the boring game that happened at Old Trafford. Was a lucky own goal.
The 1-0. Okay. Chelsea Leeds. I sat and watched that game, and the first half weren't too bad for 0-0. It was hit the bar a few times. Many good save. Almost a comical own goal from Leeds. But other than that, the second half was just like watching paint dry, to be honest. Not many attacks, just defence cancelling out each other and stuff. Obviously had the North London derby as well.
Yeah, that was
2-1, Arsenal Tottenham.
The great goal Lamela scored there. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Cracking goal.
But how he goes from scoring that to getting sent off is beyond me. What was he going on?
I saw someone said that Lamela performance just basically summed up Tottenham Hotspur's like history in 90 minutes. Goes and does one thing fantastic, and then absolutely ruins it at the end. But
I don't know.
And then I'm also questioning who scored the penalty. It was Lacazette, wasn't it? The Lacazette penalty.
Lacazette scored the penalty. Yeah.
What on earth was Davinson Sanchez doing? Have you seen the foul?
I don't know. No. Honestly, can't remember the foul.
He literally just comes across, flying in the air, and takes out Lacazette.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Oh, it's just for being at a club like Tottenham, you don't expect defenders to be doing rash decisions like that. But
no, especially in a Mourinho team. Like a Mourinho team,
especially in a Mourinho team.
I was speaking to one of the lads from Brad from the Sunday League team, Brad Sargent. I was speaking to him. We were talking today when we were playing a bit of football, and we were basically. I said to him, you look at the Jose Mourinho team from 2004 under Chelsea. Obviously, people are saying Mourinho's done, he's done, dusted, but he hasn't changed since that Chelsea team. But in that Chelsea
team, he's never really changed
his
tactics, has he? Either.
Nah, in that Chelsea team, he could build his team around John Terry, one of the best English centre backs ever, up with Bobby Moore, Rio Ferdinand, people like that.
Yeah, definitely.
And Ricardo Carvalho, I know he wasn't great, but he's still brilliant. His left back was actually Cole, and his right, I forgot who your right back was now that year.
We had a few. That was changing a lot. But just before Basinga, wasn't it?
And then Czech and goal.
Yeah,
the best keeper.
Czech.
I know United fans are going to hate me for saying this, but best keeper the Premier League has seen.
I believe that as well. I'm not gonna lie. I think he was. I saw a stat, which it may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Czech conceded less goals at his time at Chelsea than he did at Arsenal. And obviously he was with Chelsea a lot longer, which is ridiculous if that is true or not. I saw it somewhere. I don't know if it's 100% right, but if so, that's ridiculous. But I think that just proves the defence as well, how good the defence was that Chelsea had back then.
And then another result of the weekend that obviously stands out to me, we finally won after
you beat Wolves?
Games in a row. Obviously watched the full game. Yeah. We played usual. We played well. But you can see the selfishness in Mane and Salah, I think, coming through. Because there's been some times where Mane could have put Salah through and we could have made that comfortable. And then, unfortunately, what happened to Rui Patricio was devastating. Like what devastating?
Yeah.
Hopefully he's Santos.
He gets the speedy recovery. Yeah.
Yeah. Nuno said he was all fine. But I can imagine that will shake us a lot. After seeing the Raul Jimenez one earlier on in the season, that's got to shake someone up a bit.
Yeah. Definitely.
I remember watching that Arsenal Wolves game, and you could hear the impact from. But yeah, so
I don't know. Just going on a tangent as well. I don't know if you saw the Rangers game the other night, or the highlights of the Rangers game. Against Slavia Praha.
I have seen a certain thing that I think is a bit of a sensitive matter to talk about.
I'll talk about the tackle on the goalkeeper.
Oh yeah. I was also talking about.
Did you see
it?
Yeah, that one.
Was
what that player was it Roof? Was it Roof? One of them. I don't know how to say it, but Roof. What he's even doing, putting his foot that high. What players even think about putting their 6 foot in the air? I don't know. I really don't know what goes through the head.
Right into
in the face, but. And the keeper's got to be 6'2", something like that, average keeper. So what are you doing putting your foot up there in the first place? I really don't understand why players put their feet in that situation, knowing if somebody comes near, they're getting sent off.
Yeah, obviously the matter that happened at the end of the game, obviously was horrible. But I think it's a bit of a. I think it's a bit of a. Sorry, mate. I think it's a bit too far. I think it's a bit of a touchy subject to go into, but
we won't go into that.
Let's the fixtures this weekend. Obviously, it's FA Cup weekend. I'll get you.
It is FA Cup weekend.
There's 3 games in the Premier League this weekend. Starting off with probably the most exciting game of the season. It's Saturday at 8:00. Brighton versus Newcastle.
Newcastle. Oh, what a game!
Can't wait for that game. You know what that's going to be. It's probably going to be a 1-0 Brighton or a 0-0. Because let's be honest, Newcastle.
It is a little like rivalry down near the bottom. They both need the points to try and get away from the bottom 3. But
Newcastle
I can see Newcastle winning. To be honest, Probably. I know they're not playing well, but just with the pace they've got, I know Brighton can be quite solid at times, but they seem to be more solid against the teams high up the table than lower in the table. It's like they try harder, and I don't know why. But I can see just Newcastle's pace getting in behind, so that's going to break through the Brighton defence tonight, I reckon. It's my opinion. I think Newcastle's going to win. You may disagree, but...
Brighton looked very good against Southampton. I'm not going to lie to you. Adam Lallana looked like the Adam Lallana at the before Liverpool signed him. The Adam Lallana under Klopp is what I should really say. They looked really good. But I think it's going to be a ball draw, isn't it? It's just going to be a 0-0.
It's not going to be an exciting game whatsoever. You may be wrong, but I can't say
Watch it have like
game.
5 red cards and a halfway line goal. Watch it do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the only game tonight in the Premier League. Sunday, West Ham United versus Arsenal.
That's at 3:00. Should be a good, interesting game, to be honest, I think.
Yeah, I think if Arsenal play like they did against Tottenham, I think it could be a decent game. But it depends what West Ham show up. If Jesse Lingard's the Jesse Lingard of West Ham and not the Jesse Lingard of Manchester United, then he's obviously had that week break when West Ham played Manchester United. But it depends, it depends which Jesse Lingard shows up. But I think West Ham will win. I can't see it going any other way.
I would hope West Ham don't win as a Chelsea fan, but I can see them winning as well. I just think the way they're playing at the moment is decent, to be honest. They're a good watch. They're good team to watch if you were just to watch one.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that from a David Moyes side, would you?
I know, yeah, you wouldn't. But then I would probably say the best game of the weekend, Villa Tottenham.
Yeah. It's weird one to say, but I think that's going to be a very good game.
I think Villa need the points, being 4 points off with a game in hand. To overtake them, but again, Villa are one of the sides which surprised me this season, being where they are and the way they've played, the teams they've beaten. They just seem very positive against every side, which is not good to see a team like Villa, who obviously are a massive club in the English Football League, doing as well as they are from what they have been in previous years. It's good to see, to be honest.
So the reason why there's only 3 games today in the Premier League is obviously the return of the oldest cup competition in the world, the FA Cup. Probably one of my favourite competitions. I hate that Jurgen Klopp doesn't take it seriously, but what can you do?
I love the FA Cup just because it goes from the top tier all the way down to the bottom of non-league, which even the teams that I've played for have entered in the FA Cup, and I haven't personally played through Wellingborough Town. I wasn't actually in the first team yet. Cookno, we were banned for a year because the year before they played an illegal player. And Rushdenheim, I was unfortunately injured for our FA Cup game. So my FA Cup journey has not been good.
But it's still closer than I've ever got to the FA Cup.
FA Cup's great. I love the FA Cup.
Right, so this game has actually already finished. But if I was to say Bournemouth Southampton, what would you have said the result was going to be?
You would have backed Southampton, obviously Bournemouth being in the Championship now, which still surprises me considering just the team Bournemouth, where they seem quite solid, but obviously last season it just wasn't. But yeah, you would say Southampton, and I can now see that they've won 3-0.
So it's
3-0
nice
with
Southampton. No, I thought
Nathan Redmond getting a couple of goals as well.
Josh King don't even play for Bournemouth anymore. I was about to say, imagine I could imagine
Everton,
Josh King getting a hat-trick. Yeah. Speaking of Everton, they got Man City. Now, as me as a Liverpool fan, I hope Manchester City win. I don't want Everton to win a trophy.
I would prefer Everton win, being a Chelsea fan, seeing who's in the
but then
quarterfinals.
As a football fan, I'd like to see Everton go through because I don't want to see Manchester City literally win everything again.
Yeah.
So, as a football fan, I'd like to see Everton go through, but I think we all know where it's going.
Yeah, you could probably say that. To fair, City are just gonna probably just come through and get the result like they normally do. This season, anyway.
Next one. I don't think you should have a say in the next one because I think you know where it's going to go. Chelsea, Sheffield United. Chelsea, Sheffield United.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be 4-0 to Sheffield United.
Oh, do that? Yeah. If you do, I don't think you should be speaking on this podcast.
Yeah.
Especially with the form Chelsea's in, 14 games unbeaten. Like, it should be a walkover. Well, I wouldn't say walkover. It should be a comfortable win for Chelsea, considering when we played them last in the league, it wasn't a walkover, but
considering the form Sheffield United in, but I think
considering them being bottom of the league and that, we should be right. Obviously got Mason Mount back in, and Jorginho can come back now after suspension in the Champions League, which was good.
Yeah.
Give them a bit
of the
rest.
The tie of the round, in my opinion, Leicester City, Manchester United.
Yes,
two teams
very interesting game.
Top three teams in England right now. Leicester City on probably their best form since they won the league, and Manchester United on form. Bruno Fernandes obviously could do anything. I absolutely hate talking about Manchester United doing so well.
I hate talking about United as well. We're really sorry if we sound biased. We just don't like Manchester United that much. Which most people don't if you don't support them.
Yeah. Well, I could say the same thing about my club, but I know a lot of people hate my club.
You could, yeah. You say about any club, but I'm pretty sure
Chelsea
Liverpool
football.
fans, Chelsea, Cities. Chelsea, we're not going into that today. We'll speak about that next time, but not today, okay?
No, I think. Do you know? It's at Leicester.
It's at Leicester.
Yeah.
I can see United winning though with a couple of injuries Leicester have got. They've got a big injury list. Obviously, Harvey Barnes being out is a big loss.
United obviously on the high of back-to-back wins from Man City and West Ham. But if it depends which, again, if the Leicester turns up that it was at Sheffield United, then I think Leicester could turn them over. But then if Bruno Fernandes doesn't go missing in another Big Six game, then Manchester United should beat them quite easily. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this weekend of football. I have a nice relaxing 3 weeks. It's so nice to not have any stress of football.
It's also bad because Liverpool should be in the last 8, but
well, we have
Argentina should be.
The thing is, you look at the stats.
Last four.
What, the FA Cup?
Yeah.
You look at the stats. We haven't been past the 5th round under Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, it is probably the toughest competition. Yeah. Apart from the league in the English Football League, maybe. So, but
it's still hopefully. We all know it's going to go to Manchester City, but I think Chelsea could give them a good run in.
It'll be a good watch.
United could. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the weekend's games. Not much else to really talk about in the English league right now. But speaking of England, there has been obviously some friendlies coming up. No, it's World Cup qualifiers, isn't it?
There's World Cup qualifiers. England are playing San Marino, Albania, and Poland.
Oh, what three cracking games that is!
Not very exciting games. Poland could be a tougher game, but San Marino and Albania.
You know what?
Be walkovers. They should all be walkovers, to be honest.
They should be. And look, I obviously will support England and all of that at World Cups and stuff like that. But in terms of international break, I like when we play France and Germany. But when we're playing San Marino, a team pretty much is part-timers. Harry Kane is going. Professional Premier League footballers are going up against bankers in an international stage. San Marino they scored their first goal for what? Months, years, wasn't it? Their first goal in like 20 odd years since they scored at England, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, they haven't been having a good time. They drew 0-0 the last game against Gibraltar. So they got a 0-0 draw there, and they drew to Liechtenstein. Big draw to Liechtenstein.
Gibraltar's a rock, mate. It's a rock, and they drew 0-0 to a rock.
I mean, they're bottom of their group with 2 draws and 2 losses.
Is that Nations League?
They got Gibraltar and Liechtenstein, and they are rock bottom. I'm pretty sure they've only ever won. Have they ever won a game?
I
don't know if they've ever won a game.
I hope they have, for their sake.
I really do hope they have.
What's your opinion, though, on the squad he has called up? Because I have mixed opinions on it. But
I also have mixed opinions on the squad he's called up. There's a few players I think shouldn't be in there, but
should we start with the 3 goalkeepers? Obviously, Dean Henderson from Manchester United, Sam Johnston from West Bromwich Albion, and Nick Pope from Burnley.
Yeah, obviously Jordan Pickford would be in there instead of Sam Johnston, but he's now been sidelined. I think out of them 3 at the moment, you need to pick Dean Henderson as being the number 1.
I think Nick Pope could be thrown in there.
Nick Pope could. I honestly don't know why Sam Johnston's in the lineup. I don't know. He's playing for West Brom and he's playing week in, week out. But then I would personally probably pick Aaron Ramsdale over Sam Johnson. I know. I just think he's a better goalkeeper. It may not look because they're rock bottom of the league, and
he also got relegated with Bournemouth last season.
He did get relegated with Bournemouth, but that could be down to the defence, not just
Yeah,
him.
true. No, I'm the same as you. I was shocked when I saw Sam Johnston called up. I wasn't shocked when Dean Henderson and Nick Pope. I think that was pretty much the obvious. With Jordan Pickford would have been there. But Sam Johnston did make me a bit worried. But then the thing is, when you're playing teams like San Marino and Albania, I'd love to see Sam Johnston play to actually try him out in an England game. But you know what's going to happen. Sam Johnston's been called up. He probably won't get a minute of football on the England team.
No, he probably won't. But that's why I would think maybe put Ramsdale in there instead of him. Ramsdale's 22 years old. Johnston's 27. I know keepers go on for a lot. Can go on for a lot longer than outfield players, but I'd rather see Ramsdale because he could turn into something really good. You don't know. But I think we can safely say we won't be seeing Sam Johnston in the England squad for the upcoming Euros unless someone's been injured.
Unless I don't know how long Pickford's injury is for. Is it only
6 weeks? I'm pretty sure it's 6 weeks, so it's not too long.
But then even when Pickford is back, I still wouldn't see him in the starting lineup at the Euros.
Would you not pick him instead of Pope? No.
I
would pick Pickford.
I think, do you know what? Pickford's a cracking keeper. I think he's brilliant. he just has a mistake in him, and
he does have a big mistake in him.
If you want to go far in the Euros, I know our group isn't the difficult one. It's Scotland, Czech Republic, and I forgot the other team now. It's that boring. I can't be asked to think of it.
Yeah.
But when you got people like Jordan, when you get past that, you've got to play Portugal, you've got to play France, you've got to play Germany, you've got to play Spain. And Pickford, I think, just isn't good enough for them. Whereas I think Nick Pope, he's tall, he's big, he fills the goal, he makes the goal look small for players. He won the Golden Glove last season at Burnley. His defence is Ben Mee and James Tarkowski. That was his two centre backs. And Nick Pope won the Golden Glove over Ederson, who had Alisson and Ederson, who had Van Dijk and Gomez, and Ederson obviously had Laporte and Stones.
Yeah, so I see where you're coming from there, but I think this season, seeing Pickford's played near enough most Premier League games ever, and I think he had a couple of games out where he had a dodgy start, but since then he's been quite solid, and Everton has sat up at 7th, so you've got to bring that into account. But I would be happy with either Pope or Pickford being in goal at the Euros. The only reason I wouldn't pick Henderson is obviously he's playing a bit now because De Gea's got some family issues he's sorting out. But I just don't think he's played enough this season to be called up to be number one. I think to be number one keeper in England, it did look strong, but you have to be playing. Like, if he plays every single game from now to the end of the season, I think he's got a shot. But if when De Gea comes back in, he then drops back to the bench, I don't think you can bring a sub keeper in as number one, especially being England.
Yeah, that's why I'd say Nick Pope. But anyway, that's goalkeepers. We don't know much about goalkeepers. We're not goalkeepers. Obviously, if we could get a goalkeeper on, if we could get Cal the Dragon on, it'd be brilliant. But no, we're not goalkeepers, so we're not the best judges. But let's move on to defenders. So the defenders that have been called up is Ben Chilwell from Chelsea, Connor Cody from Wolverhampton Wanderers. I don't know why I said Wolverhampton, it's Wolves.
Just say Wolves.
Eric Dyer from Tottenham Hotspurs. Reece James, again, I don't know why I said the full name. Reece James from Chelsea, Harry Maguire from United, Tyrone Mings from Villa, Luke Shaw from United, John Stones from City, Kieran Trippier from Atletico Madrid, and Kyle Walker from Manchester City. Now, the one that screams to me is Eric Dyer. But what were you going to say?
Yeah, I was saying I'll be quite happy with that defence, maybe going to Euros. Apart from Eric Dyer, as I said, I think he's just a bit rash, especially with tackling. He can give away a lot of free kicks.
I think if Trent can carry on the form he's been playing recently, I think I'd take Trent over Kieran Trippier.
I think it depends what sort of formation and the way you want to play. If you're going for a bit more attacking fullbacks, I'd say Trent. But if you're going for more defensively, I'd take either Wan-Bissaka or Reece James. Yeah,
well, under obviously Gareth Southgate, we started playing like five at the back, and Trent for me is obviously the one who would definitely fit in. Even if you called up Wan-Bissaka, I think he'd do really well at centre back with Harry Maguire and potentially should be John Stones. But no, but the one person that does maybe I think Connor Cody was a bit of a odd decision as well. He's still a good defender, don't get me wrong, he's a cracking defender, but I think Eric Dyer definitely wasn't a bad choice. I think they should have called up what's his name from Villa, Konsa.
Ezri Konsa. Yeah, I think he could easily fit in. He's a very good young player to come in, but I personally would take Michael Keane as over Eric Dyer. I think he's probably maybe a bit harsh to be left out as how well Everton's doing. I don't know if he's been playing every single game and stuff like that, but
no, he definitely played in the Merseyside derby.
Yeah, but I think he's a very good centre back. Michael Keane.
Even Tomori, he's doing quite well at AC Milan.
He is. He's doing quite well at AC Milan. I still don't think he's had enough football compared to Cody or Keane and stuff like that to get in yet. But I think he's definitely one for the future.
Yeah, definitely I think Conte, I definitely would have taken Conte or like you said, Michael Keane. Let's move on.
I've seen. Hang on, just on that, I've seen a lot of Leeds fans talk about Luke Ayling not being in the squad, which I personally don't think they have the right to be talking about Luke Ayling. Yes, he's a good football player, but there's a lot better fullbacks in England than Luke Ayling.
I think you could already name off 5. You know, you got Trent better than him, Aaron Wan-Bissaka is better than him, Reece James is better than him, Kyle Walker is better.
James, exactly.
Kieran Trippier is
it's just a fun topic I want to put on there.
It's one of them where if it's like being a Dutch centre back right now. If you're an English right back, good luck, because there's 5 other players ahead of you, like the Dutch team. Good luck getting past De Ligt and Van Dijk when Van Dijk.
Yeah, I saw a thing where it goes, if Reece James is England's number 1 centre back in a different era because of Trent's here and stuff like that, and there's like Walker's there, Wan-Bissaka there. We've got so many right backs. I don't think it matters out of them 4 who you choose. To be honest, who starts?
Do you know what annoys me is I don't actually think. Look, people will probably absolutely slew me for this, but Kyle Walker, I don't rate him. I think he was 50 million from Tottenham Hotspur. The only reason why he was 50 million is he's quick. Defensively, I think Kyle Walker is nowhere near the likes of Reece James or Aaron Wan-Bissaka defensively.
I think if you're going to play Walker at the moment, he has to be a right centre back if you're playing a 3. I would probably go with
someone to cover it.
Him as a right centre back, Connor Maguire in the middle, Connor Cody is left centre back, or Mings as a left centre back.
What, you dropped John Stones?
I think if we're playing a 3. I forgot about John Stones. Yeah,
John Stones needs to be a starter. He's been the best English centre back.
I have been telling people for years, as soon as he left Everton to go to City, John Stones is an amazing centre back, and he will be really good. And I would have him in any team right now. And everybody kept saying to me, "No, John Stone's not going to amount to nothing. He's just going to sit on the bench." Look at him now. And I know I said this to you, Cam, as well. You was one of them. Look at him now. Now everyone's saying he's best English centre back. I've been saying it for years. John Stones is a quality footballer.
It's only because Joe Gomez is injured. But we'll move on.
Joe Gomez would be sat on the bench, I reckon, man. I'm not going to
lie. At this moment, yeah. He can't. Well, yeah, at this moment, he shouldn't be on the bench.
Can't walk. We'll move on to midfielders.
Birmingham City legend Jude Bellingham. I know 2 people from the football team would enjoy that.
They would love it.
Obviously plays for Borussia Dortmund now. Phil Foden, Man City, probably. We'll let me go through it and then we'll talk. Jesse Lingard, West Ham United. It says here on loan from Manchester United, which I thought I'd have to point out, but I think people would know that. Mason Mount from Chelsea. Calvin Phillips from Leeds. Declan Rice. What? Calvin Phillips is the king?
No, Mason Mount is the king.
I was going to say Declan Rice from West Ham.
Said a bit late.
James Ward-Prowse from Southampton. Calvin Phillips. Now, I had this discussion with my dad. I don't think Calvin Phillips is good enough for the England squad. I think there's a lot better centre at the moment. Okay, yeah,
I think there is better centre midfielders, but obviously with injuries and stuff, he's been putting that.
I think Jordan Henderson would obviously be ahead of Calvin Phillips.
I think Henderson would be ahead of Ward-Prowse instead, and Phillips would still be in there.
I forget how defensive Gareth Southgate is.
He does play very defensive, yeah.
What is it? When we played Denmark and we had Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips, or I think it was Declan Rice and Jordan Henderson in the midfield. No creativity at all.
Is James Maddison injured?
Yeah, he's out. I think he's out until the rest of the season.
I thought so. I was wondering why he went in there. I think I like how young he's gone with the midfield. It sounds bad. That does sound really bad, but I think it's good for the young players to come through. Like Jude Bellingham, some people may disagree, but I think he just has to be in there. Like, you don't start with Borussia Dortmund and not play for your country, you know.
Jadon Sancho starts for Borussia Dortmund, and when we go into the forwards, I think people will realise he's not actually in there.
Yeah, we'll speak about that in a bit, but I think Phil Foden is the next big start.
He is probably the best.
Has to be the next midfielder. People talk about Mbappe versus Haaland, but I think Phil Foden's going to be up there with them two in the likes of just how big they're going to be.
Oh, definitely.
I think he just has to be. If he because you watch him play and you wouldn't believe he's, what is he, 18, 19? You would not believe.
He's 1 year below us, man. He's 20.
Is he?
I'm pretty sure.
He's 20?
Yeah,
20. But yeah, you
20.
wouldn't believe he's 20 playing the way he is. And I think he just has to start. I personally wouldn't, even though Lingard's on good form, I personally wouldn't. I think Lingard's, they're using him as a filler more than.
Do you know what, though?
Let's just try him out, not I'm going to bring him to Euros.
Do you know what? I am pretty happy Jesse Lingard's back in the England squad. I thought at that 2018 World Cup, Lingard and obviously Harry Kane was our best player, but I think Lingard was definitely up there with the best players at the World Cup. I think he had a phenomenal World Cup. Obviously, the stuff that's going on behind the scenes, that would have definitely affected his footballing ability, his football.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty happy he's back in the England squad. I'll be honest with you. I am looking forward to seeing him back.
I think he's going to be more of a bench player than starting.
Oh yeah. Because when you got players like Mason Mount and Phil Foden.
So, say if you had to pick a midfield three, for example, I would pick out of them probably Declan Rice, Mason Mount, and Phil Foden.
Yeah,
as a midfield three.
That's obviously going to be the midfield three.
Mason Mount could be a bit biased. Some people say he's only a neg. Southgate likes him, but I say Lampard made him his main man. He's played a lot of games with Lampard. He's still playing under Tuchel, and he's still playing under Southgate. There's got to be a reason why all three managers have loved Mason Mount.
I mean, he got what he sort of came out of the squad when Thomas Tuchel took over, but he's obviously must have done something.
He was out of the game for one game, and then he started the game after, and I'm pretty sure he's been in either started or been in.
Yeah, goal against us.
He's been in most games since. It was a very good goal, but I just think he has to start at the moment for England. James Ward-Prowse is a good one. I've been saying he should be in the squad for a while, but now he's got his chance.
I thought that was a bit of a shock of that. Not like as in, it's a crap decision. As in, I didn't expect him to get called up. Because obviously Southampton aren't in the best of form right now.
He's a filler.
Yeah, again, he is another filler. Yeah. I think what a lot of people are forgetting from this England midfield is there are a lot of injuries. Obviously, Jordan Henderson would probably be in there. He'd definitely be in there.
Madison would be in there.
So
Madison would definitely be in there, I reckon. But yeah, there's a lot of injuries to the England squad right now.
Next one is obviously the entertaining one. It's forwards. You got Dominic Calvert-Lewin from Everton,
Baller.
Harry Kane, Tottenham, Marcus Rashford, Manchester United. I can't pronounce his first name. So Saka from Arsenal.
Bukayo Saka, I think it's Bukayo.
Bukayo Saka, whatever you said. Raheem Sterling from Man City and Ollie Watkins from Villa.
Watkins is a weird one. Didn't really expect him to be in there. I thought Sancho would probably take a spot, but I don't know if he's injured or.
I thought it was
I would pick Watkins over Bamford. I know Bamford's now 14 goals? Is he for the season?
Yeah. He's had a decent return.
Watkins is a very good striker though. I think he's more like Calvert-Lewin Kane than Bamford is, where he's big, he's strong and stuff like that. It looks like though we've obviously got Rashford, Sterling, and Saka. Not much wing play. Them three could obviously play on the wing. We've got three central strikers. Do you think he'll play one each game, or do you think he'll start Kane and bring them on.
We all know what's going to happen is Harry Kane's probably going to play all three. Jose Mourinho is going to absolutely go livid, but Harry Kane will be playing all three. It's Harry Kane. He's the captain of England.
Yeah, but if you've seen Kane recently, he's missing a lot of chances. It may be an unpopular opinion, but if you saw the chance he missed in the Europa League, yes, the keeper made a great save, given that, but being from the way he was, the keeper shouldn't be getting anywhere near it. I'm still saying Kane is England's best number 9, and Kane's one of the best number 9s in the world. But I just think he needs to go somewhere else.
Yeah, he definitely needs to leave.
If he wants to be classed as England's elite, he needs to leave Tottenham and we'll start winning some trophies.
There's obviously rumours that Man City are going to put in 100 million bid in for something like that. But I think he'd do very well at Manchester City. But yeah, obviously, Saka's I think Bukayo Saka
electric, isn't he?
Is probably up there with the most entertaining young players in the Premier League. But obviously behind Phil Foden.
Just to watch him play.
Obviously behind Phil Foden, and I think other than that, I think Phil Foden is probably actually Bukayo Saka's in terms of under 20, around 20 and below. I think Bukayo Saka.
Just say Saka,
probably
mate.
Saka, forget Saka. Saka is probably the second best in terms of that. Obviously,
up and coming teenager-ish,
As 100%. A Liverpool fan, I'd love to see Curtis Jones in there, but I don't think Curtis Jones is ready.
He's not worthy for England call-up yet. I think he's in the 21s, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the under 21. Should we talk about that?
Yeah, we can speak about the 21s.
The under 20
it's a good squad.
I'm trying to find it now because I haven't fully seen it. It's obviously the Euros, isn't it? Here we go, got it. It's the Euro squad. Yeah, the under 21 Euro group stages in Slovenia.
Not gonna lie, there's a few players I've never heard of.
Yeah, I've just seen that the two goalkeepers. The first thing
I only know one of them, which is Alan Ramsdale.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's 22, so I don't know how he.
Josip Bursic from Stoke.
And Josh Griffiths.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. Defenders, I'm pretty sure I know every single one. So Max Aarons, Ben Godfrey, Mark Gay, Lloyd Kelly, Ryan Sessegnon, Steven Sessegnon, and Jafat Tanganga. Oh yeah, and Ben Wilmot. I know all of them.
Max Aarons
spoke about.
He's probably another unfortunate player in his position. Cracking player, but unfortunately he is a right back.
But I think Ben Godfrey could have had a shout to be for England first team. To be honest with you,
brilliant for Everton.
He's been. When they switched to 4, he's been moved to the left back position as well, hasn't he? So, but he's still a very solid player.
I assume you know a lot about that Mark Guyer, because I've never heard of him.
Oh yeah, he's good young. He's played obviously on loan at Swansea right now, but been in Chelsea's youth, won the youth FA Cup, and that he's tipped to be good. But then again, everybody in Chelsea's academy is tipped to be good, and not many make it through.
Because you line them out.
I think the ones that have made it through. Was last year with Lampard, and I can't see Tuchel giving youngsters, even and Ewan Kane on the other night. So you never know, but like he said, he may want to try learn out Gilmore and stuff like that as well. So you never know. I hope the English youngsters start getting more of a chance in the first teams in the Prem, but being how competitive it is, I can't see it happening. But Ryan Sessegnon as well. Ryan Sessegnon.
I didn't realise he was going to Tottenham.
Yeah, he's on loan. Left Fulham to go Tottenham, and
I knew
didn't really do much. Mourinho came in, and Mourinho and youngsters. You miss one chance, you're out the door.
I didn't realise he went to Hoffenheim. That's going to be a good move for him. Because do you know what I didn't realise as well? Damari Gray left Leicester. And I think that was a very quiet one.
Where's he gone? Hoffenheim
he's
again?
Gone to the German league. No, he's not gone Hoffenheim. He's gone to the German league. I think it's.
You sure?
It's not Bayer Leverkusen. He's gone to.
Bayer Leverkusen, yeah. A lot of English seems to go over to Germany now instead of.
Yeah, well, it's where
going to lower English clubs.
Obviously, Emil Smith-Rowe went out on loan there last season for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Joe Willock. It was one of the Willocks went out there last year.
Yeah, pretty sure Joe Willock went out. There was that young Englishman playing for Bayern, but he's just pledged his allegiance to Germany. So, but midfielders for the 21s: Tom Davies from Everton, Ebri Aziz, which will come to him in a minute because I know you love him. Conor Gallagher, Curtis Jones, Dwight McNeil, Oliver Skipp. See, that is a very solid midfield for under 21.
Tom Davies, I don't think you need to talk about him because his play just sums up why he's there.
Yeah, I think he will be first team for England in the next few years, just not quite there yet.
Now this boy.
Oh, here we go. This is this is Cam's man crush.
He's not my man crush because I'm pretty sure he's younger than me, so it's weird. But no, when he was at QPR, I remember watching a few QPR games. Obviously not live because I don't support QPR, but no, I know a few QPR fans. My girlfriend's dad is a QPR fan, and I remember talking to him about Eze. Honestly, watching him for Palace,
it's a joy to watch. He's very good on the ball.
I think people can see why he is up there in the England under 21s. Hopefully, will be in England soon. He's just wicked on the ball with Wilfried Zaha as well in front of him. I think Palace
they complement each other very well, don't they?
Yeah, I think Palace have a very good team. But we'll move on to the Premier League later. But as a what she is, Conor Gallagher. I've never heard of him. I'll be honest with you.
Conor Gallagher, he is a youngster from Chelsea. He's on loan at West Brom right now. Scored a few goals. He was on loan at Swansea, I believe, last year. He's centre midfielder. Again, falls into the fourth category at Chelsea that we've got very strong competition for the centre midfield. So he didn't really get a look in, but he's doing all right for West Brom. I see he's playing week in, week out. So
yeah. Curtis Jones.
Obviously, Curtis Jones. Everyone knows Curtis Jones by now. I'm pretty sure.
I think that was an obvious call-up. Dwight McNeil as well.
McNeil. I think he could have had a shot for the first team. To be honest with you,
yeah,
I think
like him.
his crosses.
He's at the wrong club. I'll be honest with you. He's at the wrong club
at the moment. I think he needs to go to a club which he can be more attacking, not just because they play 4-4-2 Burnley, don't they? Very
Brexit football, as people like to call it.
Brexit football.
It's very boring. Oliver Skipp as well, another great player. He obviously broke. He broke into the Tottenham first team last season, and then I think, like you said, Mourinho and youngsters shipped him out on loan. The attackers, I'll let you go through that.
Brewster, Ryan Brewster from Sheffield, Mason Greenwood, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Nun Madueke from PSV, Eddie Nketiah, and then Emil Smith-Rowe. Again, I think they're all just certain to be in there.
Maybe not Brewster.
Especially Green. Yeah, maybe not. But then again, who else would you have in there? I don't really know anymore. Under 21 strikers.
I don't know how
England. Greenwood and Hudson-Odoi, I think, may have had a shout for the first team, but if they didn't make it, then you'd know they'd obviously be in the 21s. Nketiah and Emil Smith-Rowe. Emil Smith-Rowe, again, he's up there with Saka. Not like, he's going to be the best in the world, but he's still a very good player to watch. Very quick on the ball.
Great player. Obviously, the Ryan Brewster one, I'm a bit... okay, there's not many under 21 strikers, but I'm a bit surprised about that. Obviously, I
still can't believe he went for 15 million, was it?
It was 24 million, mate.
24. How you've sold Liverpool sold Ryan Brewster for 24 million?
What can I say? Michael Edwards, that bloke is a genius. He sold Dominic Solanke for 15 million. Jordan Ibe, 30 million. Rhian Brewster obviously hasn't done much for Sheffield United. People are saying that's the reason why Christoph Wilder got sacked, but he definitely, I think he's a bit of a shocking one. Emil Smith-Rowe is Callum Hudson-Odoi, I think should have been in the first team. Depending on how we're going to be playing, I think Callum Hudson-Odoi should have been called up to the main team. Maybe not.
So, I've got a question for you. Harvey Barnes, would you bring him into the first team if he was fit?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
definitely. Over Watkins, maybe. I think Barnes and Sancho should be in there. Henderson should be in there. Obviously, injuries keep him out.
You look at Barnes this season for Leicester. Leicester obviously have been recently hit with an injury crisis, but before he got injured, he was their star player ahead of Vardy and people like that. But I think he definitely is up there with probably the best youngster in the Premier League right now. I know I obviously said that about a few players there, but I think Harvey Barnes is definitely.
No, I think England's got a good future ahead of him. 100% definitely got a good future ahead of him. I think a lot of people talk about golden era, and I think this obviously talk about England being the Terrys, the Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes era, but I think a few years with Foden coming through, Mount, Rice, I think this could be the next golden era. I may jinx it, and it may not be, but I think it could be the next golden era with the youngsters coming through, like Sancho, Rashford, stuff like that. Obviously, they've came through and they're good. So, honestly, I think it could be England winning a trophy sometime soon. I really hope. I hope so. Anyway.
I reckon we'll definitely be up there for. I think you've got Purse as one of the favourites for the Euros, and unfortunately, I think a lot of England fans say this all the time. After a strong qualification, every qualification we go unbeaten, and then we go and flop it in the tournament. Obviously, the 2018
but with France, Germany, and Portugal all being in the same group.
Yeah, that's one big team gone.
There's one big team on, So
I just think, and the finals at Wembley, semi-finals are at Wembley as well.
The whole thing still maybe at Wembley. You never know, do you?
Well, I know
Wembley, like England, they're still talking about it, and
I think the FA have ruled that out.
I think they're trying. Yeah, I think they're going to, but I haven't heard anything.
I think maybe this year's one could be good, but it depends if Ronaldo can carry Portugal again. But Portugal do look strong with Bruno Fernandes, Diogo Jota.
I think they are one of the favourites as well. Yeah,
and then the Dutch look strong.
Obviously, France will be the favourite.
I think if Van Dijk can get back for the Dutch team, I think you've got also for the Dutch team in there. I
think it's very unlikely he's going to be.
No, but
you never know.
Yeah, he's been put on a.
You never know.
I've seen somewhere he's been put on a special program, so hopefully he'll be back. They reckon he might be back for the end of the season, but I doubt it.
Yeah,
our season's pretty much over. But that's pretty much it for the England squad. I know we were going to do a basic Premier League discussion, but I think people
we have been going on for a long time.
I didn't think the England squad would bring out this much conversation. I forgot about the
we ramble a lot, but I think they're gonna have to get used to that if you want to listen to this podcast. We'll go on tangents and stuff. It's just us chatting.
You'll watch after this first episode, or the followers are going to go down. No, obviously
unfollow.
We wanted to talk a lot about the sacking of Chris Wilder and Manchester City, a lot about Chelsea and Liverpool, and basically what's happening going on in the Premier League. But I think we could probably squeeze that into a whole episode. I reckon there's so much going on in the Premier League that we will ramble an hour on about.
But no, a tangent. How about you met Chris Wilder? I met Chris Wilder when he was managing Northampton back in 2014. I went there with one of my mates. We were in the players' lounge, and after the game, he came in and said hello.
Cheers to the invite.
It was like what's that, 7 years ago? Yes, we were friends like then, but
I knew you.
I got invited with them to the Players Lounge. I did not invite them to come with me, so I couldn't invite you onto the Players Lounge.
You saved it then.
So I saved it. Yeah. Definitely not bullshit.
Maybe next maybe next episode we'll talk a lot more about the Premier League and a lot more because obviously
it's in different leagues. Yeah,
it's international break, so we can have more of a discussion on what's happened this season in the Premier League. Because I don't know about you, William, but I probably won't be watching the England games because they're boring as hell.
I'll watch them. I'll definitely give them a watch, but it'll probably just be on the side or something like that, not sit down properly watch them. Maybe the Poland game.
Yeah, I wouldn't go out my way to go, I need to get home for the England game because I'm never like that. Not. I think the last thing I watched the Belgium England game when we played them at home. I know we beat them, but when we went down to 10 men, I literally walked upstairs and I went, I'm not watching that shite anymore. Harry Maguire at centre back
can be boring.
I still don't think that. But again, we're going on a tangent because we'll probably sit here for another hour and talk about the England squad.
Yeah, I think we should wrap it
up. Yeah. No, but anyway, I'll let you. Do you know what? Because I bought the intro for the first episode, I'm making you sign it out for the first episode. So go ahead.
Well, thanks for listening to the Bottle Jobs podcast. That is just an introduction to what we're going to do. And we'll bring out more episodes soon. I don't actually know a definite plan of when we're going to bring them out, if it's going to be weekly or what. We're not 100% sure yet, but we'll get that across to you soon. Go follow the social on the Instagram, just the Bottle Jobs podcast. And we'd love your support. And yeah, thanks for listening.
The official Bottle Jobs podcast.
The official, the official Bottle Jobs podcast.
Because Bottle Jobs is already taken.
Okay, the official Bottle Jobs podcast. Go show us some support and we'll see you next episode.
Before we go, I think another one is we will hoping to bring guests on and a lot of audience questions. So hopefully we'll put, probably depending on the episode, we'll put something on the story on Instagram, ask for your questions, and then you guys send it in and we'll have a discussion about them. But hopefully we can get some guests on. At the moment, because we're quite small, it'll probably just be our mates. But we know a lot of mates who love football as much as we do. So anyway, I'm sorry I took over your intro. Outro, sorry.
It's all right. That's fine.
Anyway, thanks for joining us, everyone.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll be weekly. Hopefully, fingers crossed, be weekly.
Hopefully, yeah. We'll try.
Yeah, hopefully. All right. Peace. I don't know why I said that. Bye.